Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Friday, July 22nd. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you are someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple of clarification points. The price you see over here is still going to be changing around, and then this candlestick will be moving around. That is because the market is still open for a small amount of time, but I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price action on video. And then next, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, TBLT, very nice move here. And the big dynamic here that's got, I think, a lot of people throwing out the same question is very nice breakout of this trend line, which produces the very valid and very wise question of, wow, is this the start of something even bigger? And that's the idea of a watch list, to find unique situations, to find interesting situations, and then observe them, watch them, and see if they behave in a way that ultimately fits your personal trading strategy. So no, a watch list isn't find a stock, rush out and buy it. No, find a stock, watch it, and see how it behaves. And at this point, a breakout is underway. So in my opinion, that would be a very unique, a very interesting situation, especially when the breakout is occurring within a situation where you can see the momentum has already been very strong over the past few days. So the breakout has begun. Now, like I said, it's just a question of how much more is to come. To be fair, maybe not much. Maybe this thing just rolls right back over. But that is a two-sided coin because, well, maybe it is the start of something much bigger. And then all of a sudden on Friday, this thing's going to be up over $8. Again, you don't know, but what you do know is that this is a unique situation, an interesting situation, so it's worth watching. Next one, XELA, and this will mean a bit more to those of you that have watched the video previously, but I've talked about this red line here at 15.5 cents as a key level of resistance, and wow, is this a very stubborn and annoying level. The big point of it being stubborn and annoying. Opening part of the day, you can see the price actually did get up above that red line, but then fell back below it, struggled, and then a very cruel move there. Acted like it was going to break out and then fell back below it. And then you can see just struggled the rest of the day. So 15.5 cents, not a new level or anything, but we do just have that much more data that shows that it is a very important level, but it's also unfortunately a very tricky level for those reasons discussed of those fake breakouts. So just because the price breaks up through 15.5, personally, I would still be pretty skeptical because now you have these data points, like I said, of it acting like it wanted to break out and then not quite doing it. Now on the plus side, very beautiful action right there. That purple line there, the 50-period moving average, was an area of support that you would want to see hold if it got tested. And you can see right there an absolutely beautiful move down to that level and then bounce right off it. So a great example there of the power of charts. But moving into Friday, definitely I think all eyes are going to be on that 15.5 cent mark. Next one, Adxn, and I like this one for one reason, well, more than one reason, but this is the main reason by far, is the ability to draw that line across there at $2.50. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm not trying to imply that that's a great discovery. I assure you a lot of people have drawn that line, and I make that comment because when a lot of people are watching the same level, wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movement. So there are no such thing as a guarantee in the market. However, is it plausible? Is it rational to think that if the price can get back up to 250 and then get a break up through it, that break could cause good, solid upwards buying pressure? Absolutely. So 250, certainly going to be a very key and very watched level of resistance. In terms of levels of support, definitely quite a bit of buyers showed up every time the price got down there around the $1.88 mark. And then from just a general pattern perspective, we'll keep it all one color. We have our resistance, we have our support, we have the big momentum move right there. So this would be a bull flag pattern. But overall, very eventful day. Let's see how it plays out on Friday. Next one, AMC, and like XELA, very tricky, very cruel move here during the opening part of the day. Price got the breakout through that red line of 1780, acted like it wanted to really start to be strong and have a good solid breakout, and then just like that, slammed on the brakes all the way back down on the breakout point, dropped below the breakout point. Now, to be fair, at least it did work its way back upwards, but surprise, surprise, look right where it found resistance, right at that former area, right again at 1780 before getting rejected back down. So more of the story here, 1780 is definitely going to be that main area to watch moving forward. And now we just know that even though it is a resistance, it's one of those tricky levels of resistance because you got to be careful that you don't get, caught in one of these fake breakouts to the upside there. As far as levels of support are concerned, so far so good. The price is doing a good job of holding right there around that purple line, which, as I mentioned, is the 50-period moving average. In the event the price does drop down below there, though, next key level going to be right there at 1625, which you can see on several occasions here has done a good job of supporting the price. Ideally, though, of course, the price stays up above that 50-period moving average. But again, if that doesn't quite hold up, then keep an eye down there at 1625. Next, EVFM, and I like this one for the simple reasoning as before of a very well-defined level, and it creates that more so self-fulfilling prophecy type attribute of things. But that well-defined level has everything to do with the pink line, which on my chart denotes a very famous 200 period moving average. Even if you're a beginner, I'm sure you've heard of that 200 period moving average, and you know that when the price is down below it, it tends to act as resistance, and that is exactly what happened here, basically 2 times. One right there didn't hit it exactly, but close enough. And then right there, it literally hit it right at that mark. So $1.08 is going to be by far that key level that where, again, no guarantees, but it's rational to think that the price can get up that level and get a breakup through it. That could very well create quite a bit of upwards buying pressure. As far as levels of support are concerned, key level to watch in my mind going to be the support line right there. In fact, let me change that to green to represent more so a bullish dynamic of things. So keep an eye on that. But yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be watching that 200 period moving average and wondering, can it get the break? And if it can, well, then this thing has shown in past history that it can move very quickly. So let's see what happens in regards to that moving average. Real quick, I wanted to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online training that I'm offering. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it should be used to help build consistency as a trader, then certainly get signed up for the free training. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box. If you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage. But one note here, because it is a live event, it is going to be this evening. So I understand that if you're watching this video Friday morning, then you've already missed the live event. Or I understand I have 5 kids, so schedules are busy. So maybe you already have something on your schedule this evening so you can't attend, but that's all right. Drop me an email, clay@claytr.com, because the live event will be recorded. So after it's completed, after I get the recording uploaded, I'd be happy to send you a link so you can watch the recording in the event. You can't make it live. Now, if you can't make it live, then definitely get signed up. But yeah, if you want to learn more about charting and how it can help you use to build consistency and why it's a powerful tool, then definitely either drop me an email or get signed up for the free live training. Next, TRHC, and a beautiful pattern here. So it goes back to the whole idea of self-fulfilling prophecies, but I'm not trying to impress you. I assure you a lot of people have drawn this pattern here. The breakout part of the pattern right there at 440, and then the support part of the pattern right here at that trend line, which again, since that's a support, let me change that to green. And then maybe to see the overall pattern a bit easier to see, let's just make it one color. So again, we have our resistance key breakout point at 440. We have our support trend line right there. We have the big momentum move right here. And to make it that much more visual for you golfers out there, we'll put a golf hole down here. So this would be known as the bull pennant pattern. So if you like to play stocks down below the $5 mark, if you like to play bull pennant patterns, here you go. This one definitely belongs on your watch list for Friday. Next one, TSLA. Tesla had earnings today, and as I said in yesterday's video, the whole main level was that 750 mark to tell you just what the market thought about the earnings, and we got our answer. The market really, really liked the earnings because not only was 750 broken, the price just kept grinding and grinding higher and higher and higher. So 750 has served its purpose for now. We'll go ahead and get rid of that level. And first thing we got to do is squeeze down things because we got to go back quite a bit of ways in the chart's history. Oh, wow, to figure out where next potential resistance. There we go. Areas may be lying. So let's see. What is that? Yeah, let's see. 8. So 825. Let me just double check. Right around 820. Going to be that next key level from right there. And then if the price can push up through there, next key level up there around the 842 mark, give or take a few dollars. But overall, the point being that we are talking about levels that the price not seen for months upon months. So it just really goes to show how big of a move today's price action was. As far as levels of support, actually, I'm going to keep this down like this because you can see that there's that significant breakout point right there at 765. In fact, good example of resistance, boom, boom, turning into support right there. So that's just classic stuff you could throw right into a textbook. But overall, those are going to be the main overall dynamics. In my opinion, at least, that initial level of resistance up there around the 820, 825-ish area will be very, very interesting to see if that can come into play on Friday. If there's any sort of pullbacks, well, then, yeah, you can focus on these areas of support. But overall, just a monster day for Tesla. Next, AMD did this one yesterday, and the first update, and this is just a great example of technical analysis as I was just talking about, but when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So going into the day, that 8750 mark was a level of resistance, but as I've changed it to green, you'd want to see it act as support. So got the breakout, came back down. Look, you can't make this stuff up. Now, our chart's perfect. No, nothing's perfect, but I mean, if I can offer this as a quick plug to get signed up for that free training, then certainly get signed up because right there, went down, back tested it, and then up it went from there. So moving forward, the newest level of support to keep a close eye on is 8750. Now, in a very ideal world, in the sense of, hey, Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute best moving forward? That would be if the price can stay up there above 90. But don't get me wrong, it's not like if the price falls below 90, that implies the entire chart's epically destroyed. Nothing like that. That would just make things look the best. But overall, 87.50 going to be that next key level for support. As far as areas of resistance, like Tesla, got to go back quite a bit of ways into the history of things here. So the first key level going to be right there at 92.25. And then after that, next key level, that gap close location up there around 94.25. Overall, the uptrend continues. Great move today. So it's very anxious to see how this one closes out on Friday. Next one, CCL. Terrible day today with the news of dilution with more shares being printed. So these levels down here are now, or excuse me, up here are all both relevant after the move. But what makes this interesting is you got to give credit where credit's due. When you stop and think about the fact that the price during the opening 30 minutes dropped all the way down there and then has been able to recover all the way up there, it does make it more than valid to say, okay, hey, you know what? Was people just overly panicking? Is this the start of a recovery back upwards? No, maybe it's not. It could just very well be a dead cat bounce where the thing just rolls back over. But again, a two-sided coin. Well, maybe this is the recovery to a much bigger move, and this thing keeps on grinding and grinding. So worth at least keeping an eye on from that point of view. So really the question is this the start of something bigger? Well, what do truly strong moves do? They show signs of progress. And I get it, signs of progress, those are just words. But that's why I love charts, because they allow you to take words and make them very visual and, assign numbers to them. So when I say make progress, I mean staying above 960. Because think about it, if the price comes down to 960, bounces around and then heads back up, what do you still have? Well, you still have a set of lows there. You have a set of lows right there, and you got some stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. But if the price comes down to that level and breaks down through it, now all of a sudden, what do you have? Well, now you have the price essentially having gone right back to where it was, down at those lows. And I mean, not to insult your intelligence, but price movements with genuine power are not going to go back to where they were. So that's why, to me, and throwing out that question, is this the start of something bigger? Well, let's just see if it can show true signs of strength. And again, that true sign of strength is being by showing progress, and progress is being defined as staying above 960. If this continues to grind higher, keep an eye on that purple line there, the 50-period moving average currently valued at 1025. But overall, a very unique situation given how nasty things started, and then with the fact that the price, recovered all day long. Next one, PLTR. Overall, a good-looking chart. Now, there is a little bit of trickiness from a presentation standpoint that this goes into this one, because it's a matter of perspective. I mean, if you're a day trader and you bought right there and your goal was to buy and sell within 10 minutes, well, then yes, from that perspective, things look pretty bad because there was a bigger pullback on the entire day. But if you stop and think about that word, day, as in one day. But when you look at multiple days, you can see, well, you got a set of lows there, got a set of lows there, got a set of lows there, got a set of lows down there. A little bit behind my ugly mug, but you can see it. And if you envision each one of those as stair steps, well, then what do you still have from, again, emphasis on big picture? Well, from the big picture, you still have progress being made in the upwards direction, and that's what matters. So, is this a good or bad looking chart? I don't know. I don't know what your strategy was. I don't know what your entry point was. But assuming you do care about the bigger picture point of view, even with the pullback here, the overall trend is still, plenty in the upwards direction. In terms of levels of resistance in the near term, definitely got a potential problem point right here around $10.57. Then, of course, if that level is broken, nothing until where the party officially stopped today, which was up around 10.75. But overall, from a trend building perspective, sure, it pulled back today, but overall, those stair steps are still very clearly in the upwards and bullish direction. So that wraps up the top 10. Again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool, then certainly get signed up for the free live training. Or like I said, if you already have something on your schedule, or if you're just watching this Friday morning and you've missed it, the event will be recorded. So go ahead, drop me an email, clay@claytr.com. But if you can't make it live, then yeah, it'll be this evening, Thursday, July 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope to see you there, or at least get an email from you. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy this format, if you would like for me to continue to do these, then do two things for me. Hit that like button, leave a simple comment down below. It helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, helps spread the word, and as long as more and more people are seeing these, then that's going to make it worth the time to put in the time and effort to continue to do these. So if you do enjoy, if you want me to keep doing these, then please, by all means, hit that like button and leave a basic comment. Tell me what you're watching tomorrow. Tell me what you traded today. Say hi. Give me a smiley face, but leaving a comment, hitting that like button really do go a long way. So I appreciate the support. Again, if you can make it live, hopefully I'll see you in just a few hours. If not, drop me an email and I'll send you a link to the recording as soon as I get it uploaded. Everybody, thanks. Take care. Have a good one.